Okay, guys, we'll get started. For the sake of people in the future watching this, I've been doing web design and SEO since the 90s and started Finance Solutions in 2000, and Nicky started in 2008. So as online business consultants, we're not just website designers. We help people with digital marketing strategies. So not only can they be found on the first page of Google, but they have the website set up so it's easy to use, but it also has the message emotionally motivates your visitors to take action. Anyway, we help people start up, scale, or pivot their business, and identifying simple platforms that they can use. The best ones to give them return on investment, leverage, and control. And we've been doing these, and this is the 14th one, and our last one that we're doing for a while because we're just that flat out. And we might do them monthly in the future, but just watch this space. Anyway, we do them just to save you from wasting time, money, and reduce those headaches we all face in business. So Nicky's going to be sharing. So if you drop off, just use the same link and password to get back on again. And Nicky's going to be sharing 10 simple tools to make business easier. And Nicky runs Easy Online Biz Solutions. And then we'll do some Q&A. But this will all be, and Nicky regularly puts up other tips and bits and pieces, whether it be inspiring or educational, or to make your life easier in Easy Biz Mentoring, and she'll share that Facebook group with you shortly if you're not a member. But that's where this will be posted, this recording. And so you can share this event, just hold up your phone with a camera, and it's quite easy these days, that QR code. Are you going to be sharing a QR code as well? How to make QR codes?
I've added it to the link shown in the video on
okay, cool.
mentoring, right. And also on YouTube.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, cool. Okay, so share it, and so Nick's going to be talking about 10 simple tools to make business easier.
Yep.
I'll pass it over to you, Nick.
Okay. All right. I'm going to start with where you can get free images. This is for your that you can use for anything for like your website or for your social media posts. And I'm going to include these links in once I've uploaded the recording of this video. So all these links will be included. All right. So we have like this freeimages.com site, and you've got whatever you want.
I would just a trap for young players with a lot of these free image sites is what's the stock image?
They're sponsored by.
Yeah. Oh, you'll see a banner of images, and you think, oh, they're good, and they'll want you to pay for them, but that's only because it's an ad that goes in there from Shutterbox or from one of those places that you buy images from. So you just got to watch what other images are.
See, to the right hand side, you'll see for it's from iStock. So anything on the right hand side, they're the ones you have to pay for. But the one on the left hand side, you can just go and download, however big you need it.
Yeah.
And then you can make it smaller.
Yep.
All right. That's just one. You've got this one too, as a video as well as photo stock website. Yep. The same principle. Type in a keyword, and depending on what you're writing about, and it'll pop up. And then you've got this one's pretty good as well. It's also got photos, illustrations, vectors, videos, and it's even got music. So if you're making a little mini video or something. All right, and then Unsplash, same principle.
Yep. Free images, and there's a lot of good images there. So And so lots of times you don't need to end up paying for any images, but the people that put them up, they'd like getting a review. So when you download it, just say thanks, give them some praise, for the freebies that you're getting. Just give a little back. Okay.
All right. So once you've got your image, if you do not have Photoshop or you don't like how you can edit images on Microsoft or anything, then you can go to this website. And it's really good. So you can open up an image you've downloaded. And I think I just did it into downloads. What's the date? There it is. All right, and then what size? All right, so you can resize it before you start doing anything to it. So start here. All right, and then you've got all your tools here.
You've got
cropping, and you want to add a bit of text, you can.
Yep.
And all these fun. It's not hard. It tells you exactly what each does.
Yeah, and it's free.
Yeah. Crop, and here you can up the top. You can see what the width and the height is. So if it needs to be a specific height and width for one of the social media, like Twitter or something, because Twitter kind of likes, lots of square, like mostly square or rectangle of a certain dimension. Yep. So you can kind of type it in.
That's the same as having a what do you call it, on the front of a YouTube clip. What are they normally? 1272.
If you need to know any of that stuff, just Google it. You can find out exactly what the dimensions are right now, because they kind of change all the time.
Yeah.
But it's nice and
there's
easy.
There's another one that people can use, and that's Carver.
I don't know. I found this. I like this one the best. It was the simplest. It does everything Photoshop does, but it's nice and simple. It tells you exactly what it does. So, but yeah, and then when you finished it, then you go and save it. Considering, because you can also do it from a URL. You don't have to download the image first. Sorry.
Whose phone's that?
That's mine.
You're right.
Yeah, I'll answer it later. Okay. So that's that. If you want to do some like little animation videos or anything, I've got a few sites for that as well. But keep in mind that you'll have to pay a little bit for something. So this is, if you're going to do heaps of them, this is the one to do. But otherwise, because the free version, of course you're going to have your watermark on it.
Their branding.
But then you've got some awesome videos here, and yeah, all of these have watermarks. If you want to have it without a watermark,
what's this one called?
Of course, going to have to pay.
Motion Den.
Yeah.
motionden.com. Yep.
And then same with this one, but this one has 0 unlimited videos, free forever.
Yeah,
but of course it's going to have that tiny little bit of branding on the corner.
Yeah, but here you can just point a heap of different images about your business and stuff, or whatever it is, and find a soundtrack, and it'll just make it, and the images can flip in, fade out, slide in, slide out. So it's a simple little branding video. Yeah.
And they have all the images and videos there, but you can also upload your own to make something.
Yeah.
So it's just a drop and drag type video. It's nice and simple. And of course, if you don't want to do any of that, you hire someone from Fiverr. So they're pretty good pricing. You find someone who can do it. Just look for at least 4 stars or so. All right. So once you got your image for your social media, then you can use Zoho. They have a good social media management element where you can link up. So you got your Facebook, you can link up your Facebook group, your Twitter, your LinkedIn, your personal LinkedIn, your company LinkedIn, your Instagram, mine's just disconnected, and Google My Business. This is all for free. It's only if you want to schedule the post to go out that you have to pay. And last time I checked, it was $5 a month.
Whereas if you have Hootsuite, it costs you $60 or $70 a month.
Yes.
For a similar thing.
But
so
the best thing about this, if you want to write all your posts for the week up, you can, because you can save it in drafts. All you have to do is you click new post, you see all your social channels, you unselect the ones you don't want to show up.
Yeah,
because they've got different rules. Like Facebook only likes maximum of 3 hashtags. You got Twitter likes 3 to 4. You got LinkedIn likes 5 hashtags, and Instagram
is
likes 11.
11 is.
Yeah, that's usually the best engagement number. And then of course you've got your Google My Business that you don't have any.
Yep.
So I typically do that one first. All right,
Yep.
so type in whatever you want.
Or copy and paste it from a blog article.
Yeah, or a quote or something. Then you add an image. I'm just going to upload anything. And because it was Google My Business, it has I'll add a button. So you've got the learn more, sign up, blah, 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 blah. So it's like a normal Google. And then
Post.
you save draft if you don't want to publish it straight away. And see, it's in your drafts. And you can see that it was created for Google My Business.
And so if you had the paid version, you could just schedule that.
Yes, I could schedule it.
But
last time I checked, it was $5 a month. But I just make them all for the beginning of usually the beginning of the week if I can, and then go there on that day, and it takes 2 minutes to send them off.
Click.
Yeah. Only if I'm away.
Because you also got to consider when are you going to post these? When is your ideal audience most likely to be on that social media channel?
Yeah, it actually tells you, like, are you sure like this is the right time for you, kind of, and you can also kind of monitor when you've got the paid version in the reports area. You've got a report of when people see your posts. So you can choose exactly the best time to schedule them out.
Yeah, because you have to remember on social media how the latest one's at the top normally, or the latest most relevant one to the viewers on top, and then the rest are down the page. So if you put it on at midnight and they're not going to look at it till midday, everyone else that they're friends with or look at or whatever is going to push you down below them, so they're going to have to scroll further down, and if they have a busy day they might not get to your post. So that's why the timing is important.
Oh, it's went up.
Yeah, but that's still a third of the cost of what Hootsuite is, for basically the same thing.
Yeah, but you've got 2 team members and you can have 7 channels.
Yep.
And you can have repeated posts, and of course it has your URL shortener built in. which so does this one, the one I use. And it has CRM and all these other things too. All right, so that has that. Any questions about that?
No, yes, no?
No.
No, cool, okay.
All right, and of course I was talking about hashtags. And so I have an article that I have a link of.
And you'll put that link in the
I
underneath
just
this
threw it in
video as well.
the chat room if anyone wants it.
Yeah, but you'll put it in the
yeah,
underneath
I'll include it
where
with
this
recording.
video is going to be posted anyway. Yep.
But yeah, this is where it talks about where you can get your hashtags, and it tells you how many hashtags to use. That I said about 2 to 3 on Twitter and 11 on Instagram. And I've also included heaps more places to get hashtags than just the ones that are on here. I found a few more, but here's just one website. Hashtags for likes, and then you can search for a hashtag, whatever you want. And I try to remember how to spell entrepreneur every time I type it in. All right. Oh, okay. So this one's got upgraded to I have to pay for it. All right, we'll go to the free one. Righttag.com. All right, and type it in, and you can see how it's gone on like Twitter.
And engagement, yeah.
But hashtags for like LinkedIn, there's not really a place you can really search for that. But when you start typing in a hashtag on LinkedIn, you'll see if it comes up straight away or not. Then you know.
Well, it brings up suggestions and also suggestions around your profile and around the article that you just put.
So they're typically good ones to use. But yeah, otherwise, if you just want ones for Twitter, Twitter actually has what's trending user, and it tells you what hashtags are trending that day. Very exciting. 2-minute stuff. But you can get lost on there a quick. Otherwise, this website here is pretty good.
Yeah. And so the thing is that a post or something is normally around a keyword or a key phrase, something that's relevant that can link to, because you want to link it back to your website or to a blog
your
post
business or your personal name if you want to brand to that. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah. So when people are searching for you, it's a whole list will come up that are relevant to that. I mean, that use the same hashtag. Yep.
All right, and now we've got a URL shortener. So this is good on like Instagram and like Twitter, and occasionally Facebook, depending on really how long it is.
And also for SMSing, because you want to keep the link short. Now you can use Bitly, but Bitly can increase your spam score with an email. So if you're going to use Bitly and try and use it in email marketing, it's going to be detrimental to the spam score. So it's going to look more spammy than just using the normal URL. But,
but on your website,
yeah,
on your website you should use like pretty links. But for every other things that aren't on your website, you should use this one. You can also log in first, but otherwise just paste in your website, in our website, whatever you want to shorten. Click it. And just copy it. Okay, copy and copy.
So Nicky was just talking about pretty links. Now, if you've got a WordPress website, I know Jeff uses it and we use it extensively, but if you've got content out there, or you're doing something about a product or a service, and the link that you put out one day might change, instead of you going back to all the places that it was posted on, so it's not a broken link, if you use Pretty Link, there's a free version. If you use the free version of Pretty Link, like our findnetsolutions.com/quickie, I can have that go to any URL. And when it changes, I can just change the URL on the back end of my website. I don't have to go to 500 different places that we put it up, or it's across so many different videos and everything else like that. So that's good for affiliate marketers, for people that are doing all those different things. And the same as that training from Ian Parker about sales, about the sales training, that link that I've put in the video and everywhere else is just findnetsolutions.com/sales training. Now, if I find another sales trainer that I think's better, I can just change the link behind that. I don't have to change the Pretty Link. It's pointing to the URL I put in there, and it's going to redirect all those places that it's at. I don't have to go and edit videos. I don't have to go and all that stuff. So that's Pretty Links. So if you've got a WordPress website, it's a free plugin, which can save you a lot of time in the future, especially if you're promoting something and they fall over, or you find something better. Well, then you can just change the link.
All right, but when you do LinkedIn posts, do not shorten the URL, because LinkedIn will do it itself. If you do it for them, they will actually think it's a spam link and it won't go anywhere. I learned that the hard way. All right, so then we've got a shortcut to Facebook Messenger, which is m.me.
Go back to the. We'll just go back to other link shortener. So that's it. smallseotools.com/URL-shortener. Okay, sorry, Nick. Just if someone's looking at a small screen, at least they can know.
Facebook Messenger is m.me/your username. So mine's Nicky L. Cane.
And the great thing about this is that you can use Messenger without being distracted during the day by all the other stuff on social media. So you can share files, chat. So you can just put in the search there and just put in Dave. Oh, well, I'm halfway down the strip. Yeah, and there's all the people that are somewhere. And here's some images that Nick sent me and stuff. And you can just forward images, you can talk on it, you can do whatever. So you just need to remember it's m.me/your Facebook ID. Okay, and mine's just Dave Cane, as you can see there. Now, if you go to, got any questions on that, guys? Okay, in your signature and other places where you want to have your Facebook link, instead of having a really long URL that goes halfway off the page, maybe, you can put in f.me/your Facebook page.
Yeah, your business Facebook page.
Yeah. And that way it'll go to that Facebook page. FB is short for Facebook. .me is the and then /, and this one is going to Easy Online Biz Solutions. Okay. Was that helpful?
We're not finished
Yeah,
yet, Dad.
good. No. Well, I told you to throw those ones in, so I thought I'd get a bit of.
All right. So we
curiosity.
have the Snippy dashboard. So this is where you can enter a URL, and it does it's like a screenshot, and you can attach a link to it and send it to someone.
You know when you're chatting in support with someone, and they really need to see the image, but in the little chat thing, you can't upload an image. This way, you can crop the image, and it gives you the URL just to paste in there. So then they can just go to the URL and look at your screenshot that you did.
Yeah. I do too.
What's that? What'd you
I
do?
didn't like the shorten thing. Let's just do a copy of Facebook. Oh, that doesn't work.
Just pull up my website or something.
So what, Finance Solutions?
Yeah.
And then you have this is where you put a call to action. You put in a message in. I don't know what you want to put in, but
Yeah.
and then you just copy that link into the chat box or whatever you need it for.
Yeah, or just send it as an email to someone if you can't send a large image or whatever, and it'll just pull in the whatever you took the screenshot of.
All right, and the last one is that hiring quality copywriters for your website or for your emails or anything you need copywriting for.
And they're a bloody good service and pretty cheap, aren't they, Brian?
Yeah.
So you got ebook creation and transcription. And if you're really lazy, Facebook posts.
I think the beauty of them is that they think, you're focused on something that you want to write for in your business, and you have that perception of how it should be. Someone else just takes that completely away from you. So it's really, really good. It's a good thing to consider.
All right.
And it can save you a bucket load of time,
Yeah.
for just a few bucks,
But yeah, you can see how much it costs for how many words.
Yep.
How
And
do
you
they do
got
it so cheaply? Is it like an automated thing? Is it?
No. Well, your lady that you were using, Brian, is from Ireland, wasn't she?
Edinburgh. Look, you can just you put your subject in that you want written, and you tell them in the description what it's for. Like in my cases, I've wanted it for blogs. And the instructions, I tell them to review our website so they know the feel and what we want to achieve. And then the submissions will come in, and you sort of pick from someone that you think can do a good job. And when it comes in, you don't pay for it until you're satisfied with what you've got. And I have rejected a few. But I've had some really, really good ones too, that I've probably paid around about $10 US for anywhere between 500 and 600 words. And maybe I change things around. Maybe it's not quite as accurate as what I'd like, but it's been on a completely different wavelength than what I was thinking of. So it gives a different flavor to your blogs as people are reading them.
All right, so that was my 10 plus tools. Any questions?
I think on the
there's rewritten there, so that means that if you say it's not good enough, you want it rewritten, that you paid the $1.50 plus the $1.25?
What you do, Jeff, is you join and you put, I think we put $20 US in the account. So you start off with an account balance. And I guess that's a show of good faith. And when the blogs come in, or whatever you've asked them to write, if it's sort of like 50% or so, you could go back to them and say, look, you missed these 3 points that I put in my directions. Can you please review? Or you can reject them completely and not pay anything. You don't pay anything until you accept what has been written for you. And I have accepted blogs that have been what I thought was probably 75% okay, that I can just spend a little bit of time, tart them up, drop them into the back of the website, get all those green smiley faces going, and we're happy. Some I've rejected totally because they were so wrong.
Yeah, but once you find a good writer, well, then you can use the same one over again. A bit like Fiverr, when you find someone that gives you a good service and does it the way that you want it to do, you know.
Yep.
So was there any other tools, guys, that you wanted to ask about?
On the earlier, sorry, Jane, go for it.
Oh no, I said no.
Just on the photographs, I need to share an experience that I had quite some time ago when I was in business and didn't know what I know now. There was a relatively new website built for this business, and just an email came in this day from Getty Images. And the website designer had used Getty Images without paying. Now, we were on the receiving end of something like a $20,000 US dollar fee for you. I argued that we didn't build the website. We contracted somebody to do this. How could you put that cost on me? They didn't care. This came from a US law firm. They had a calculation of how long that image had been up, the value of it, etc., etc. And they were dead set keen on absolutely getting payment for that.
I've received a letter, actually. I've received a letter in the mail years ago from Getty Images, you know. So they were pretty serious, you know, they sent a notice to pay, you know.
Yep. So be careful with that.
Yeah,
But these websites are royalty free. The users put them in, and more often than not, they don't get paid. It's not like Getty where they get paid to contribute images.
Yeah, but Nick, can you open up Google Images for us and just show people how they select a image from Google Images that they're allowed to use? So just go to, and just put something in. Hairdresser, I don't care. Hairless cat. Okay, so these are all different hairdressing images, but if you go to tools and then you go to type, user rights, well then you can have a look. And
so it's either for reuse or with modification.
Yeah, so those ones you can use, okay, but the other ones are really good, high quality and size, because some of these might be too small for what you do, and then you find you're going round and round in circles. So anyway, that's a good point you brought up, Brian, about just making sure you've got the right to use an image if you're going to reuse an image. Okay, so get it from one of those three sites: Pixel Bay, Free Images, or Unsplash. And if you're going to grab one from Google Images, make sure you check the reuse.
And would you click on one of those, please, Nicky? Click on one of those. Now you'll find on here there's a whole lot of related images. Don't pick them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because they might not be.
Because you end up here,
Yeah.
which is one of the
Yes.
ones that you have to pay for.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Because that one had a watermark over it as well. But good point, Jeff. Good point. But yeah, that's just a trap for young players. So, and when you mouse over that image, Nick, if you want to mouse over that image, you'll see the size comes up. It's 1300 by 866. So you'll be able to, at a quick glance, see whether it's big enough for you. But as you can see, it's got a watermark over it anyway, so you can tell that it's a.
But you know, for 70 cents, it's not so bad.
Oh yeah, it's 70 cents. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Anyway,
I've actually got images from that website before.
Yep. Okay. We hope that was helpful. Okay. Any other questions? Input? Anything? Okay. And so, did you enjoy that series, Jane? Did you get something out of our quickies?
Yes, no, it was really good, Dave. And I do. My challenge is all the stuff that you send me, I want to read it, but I just never seem to find the time to do it. It's always on my to-do list to follow up and, you know, use all this information. So yeah, I'm struggling with that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I've got another quick tool that helps me with lots of things, and on the phone, if you want to pull up otter.ai, Nick, it looks like, you know, you see that? Can you see that logo just there? Anyway,
This
you
is
can,
not the right one.
yeah, this one. And if I've got a video and I need to get the text off it, or if I'm out walking and I think of something, instead of me trying just whatever, I can just press that record and it will record the conversation, or it'll record the video, and it's 99% right. Most of it depends on the accent they use in the video. So if you've got a video that someone sits next to the video while it's running, and I don't have to try and transcribe it, but there are other tools out there to transcribe. But this is free for 60 hours a month, 600 hours a month.
600
something
minutes.
like that. Yeah, 600
but a
minutes a
maximum
month.
of 40 minutes per transcription.
Per thing. And so if you're in a meeting and you need to transcribe stuff or be able to take notes, it will also determine who's talking and break it up in the conversation.